Hi everybody, it's me again, Boo, and I'm back with one of the exclusive, I think it is, or the private collection or whatever from L'Artisan. They have just recently released 3 new fragrances, and they are like their upper class kind of fragrances, so they're a little more expensive and oh, they smell good. One is Skin to Skin, I believe. The other one is Deliria, I want to say. And then this one. And I smelled all 3. And this one is the Amour Nocturne. Oh, and these bottles are divine. Aren't they gorgeous? It's not that extreme kind of a smell enough to be very polarizing, in my mind. But it is. And I think it's only because of the one note. Because it sounds kind of like a weird combination, but I think it works. And it's cedar, hot milk, caramel, or caramel, I should say, orchid, and gunpowder. And when you first spray it, you definitely get the milk and the caramel. I don't get a lot of cedar or orchid at that point. And I definitely don't get a lot of gunpowder. But as it dries down, just a hint of cedar comes through. It never becomes very woody, in my opinion. And just a hint of the orchid comes through, but the gunpowder starts kicking some ass. It really pops out. And it gives it this metallic, not really a smokiness, but it's a metallic earthiness. I don't know how else to describe it. It's, if you've ever smelled gunpowder, it really smells like gunpowder. And I happen to love the smell of gunpowder in the morning. So for me, it's all about the caramel, the milk, and the gunpowder, with a hint of the orchid and a hint of the cedar at the dry down with the gunpowder. But really good stuff. Totally unisex. I don't even know if it's geared towards men or women. But I think it's the gunpowder that puts people off. And honestly, that's what attracted me to it, because it's so different. It's not a note. It's a note that you definitely recognize immediately as something that's strange and unique. And even if you've never smelled gunpowder. So to have that as one of the notes in here, I love that. I love that they did that. And it does make it super interesting, which means I love it. So, let me see. I don't think anybody could say it smells like anything. Most people say its sillage is moderate. Now see, for me, it's pretty beastly, actually, the first hour or two. And then it comes closer to the skin and becomes more of a skin scent. But I would never say it's soft. I would say it's moderate at best. And that's pretty good for a L'Artisan, because usually their performance is fairly poor. And it's all over the place for longevity, but most people say it's moderate. And I would give it that. I would say 8 hours is pretty good on my skin. Well, 6 hours on my skin, 8 hours on my clothes. But you never get quite that same dry down when you have perfume on your clothes as you do it on your skin. Never seems to smell quite the same way on my clothes, perfumes on my clothes as opposed to my skin. I think the skin really adds something to it. At least that's kind of the way I've been morphing and evolving. Lovely stuff. It's a very kind of sweet gunpowder. I don't know what else to say about it. It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. The milk that's in here, it just adds a touch of kind of a creaminess to it without making it too creamy, because that gunpowder is very dry smell. And so there's a bit of a dichotomy going there. They don't clash. The notes don't clash. It's really well blended. I love how weird and wonderful it is. So anyway, I would say probably not great for daytime stuff, because, if a perfume is really unique and unusual or polarizing, I tend to not wear them during the day very much. I usually save those for nighttime. I definitely don't wear things like this to work. Even though I have worn this one to work for my work gals just to kind of get their take on it. And it was a hit. I mean, they liked it. And so, but I think they're starting to evolve. The more I expose them, the more they're starting to become like me as far as liking different stuff, you know, not the mainstream stuff, but weird and unusual stuff. So, do I think this is a fireside fragrance? Potentially. Most definitely potentially, especially if you're into guns. Might be right up your alley. And nighttime clubbing, absolutely. I think it's a wonderful fragrance. I don't think, even though it's sweet, that it's going to be one of those overpowering kind of perfumes in the hot weather. I think that gunpowder kind of grounds it a little more. And like I said, it dries it out and gives it this earthy metallicness to it. It's just divine. And the other two are really nice too. I just, you know, for the price, they are really spendy, and so I just wanted to, you know, when you're spending that kind of money on a bottle of perfume, you have to really love it in order to buy it, and I really love this one. So gorgeous. So I think that's it. I don't think nobody said anything about that it smells similar to anything. Oh yes, they did. Some people, like 2 people, said it smells like MA by Blood Concept, and one person says it smells like Bois Farine by L'Artisan. No, it doesn't smell like Bois Farine. Anyway, okay, that's about it for me. And again, this is Amour Nocturne by L'Artisan. Lovely stuff. Check it out, but be willing to spend $1 or 2. So anyway, I hope you all have a good day. I will talk to you soon. All right.